Greetings, Mac admins. Today we're going to talk about erase-install, which is the best workflow post-imaging, now that imaging is dead. So today we're going to run this erase-install command and completely erase this computer, which is a iMac running 13.3 Ventura. And so when we run this command, triggering it from self-service using a Jamf Pro server, it is going to completely erase the computer, which is what we want it to do. In this case, it's going to ask for authentication first, and we're going to type in our local admin credential. After that, it's going to download the installer, and this is going to go really fast due to the power of editing. While this downloads, I'm just going to talk a little bit about why we use this software. Imaging's been dead for long enough that newer Mac admins never imaged computers, and Apple doesn't create an easy way to automate the imaging process. It's still actually fairly manual. And so what it looks like is if you have a big fleet of computers that you need to re-image, the most common way to do that is to erase the hard drive and reinstall the operating system like it comes from the factory, and then add your configuration profiles and install packages with policies using a MDM. That's what we're doing here, the first part of that. So in this case, this computer needs to be erased because it's in a computer lab, and the data on it needs to be restored to its factory condition, and the software on it needs to be reinstalled. So that's why we're doing this here. It's a good time to demo this for folks who are maybe unfamiliar with this software. So in version 28 and above, maybe even a little before that, you get this final warning you can add. I'm going to choose confirm, and after that, the screen will blur on the background, and then you'll get this window that says preparing the installer. May take up to 30 minutes. It's going to go very fast, again, due to the power of editing. After this is done, computer reboots, install happens, and it boots to its factory setup assistant pages. If the computer is enrolled in an MDM, like Jamf Pro has a pre-stage enrollment, those pre-stage enrollment configurations are going to apply after the machine is connected to a network. Okay, let's talk about what erase install looks like on the back end in the MDM. So here we go. We have our policy in our Jamf Pro software server. Here's the commands it's going to execute. Force curl. Let's actually slow this down. We're going a little fast here. All right. In our Files and Processes tab, we're going to execute a command. Now this command is very important. First of all, it has the erase parameter, which is going to make it so that the software erases the computer. We also have a couple other commands in there, a force-curl and a depnotify. I'm not going to go into details about what those do. However, you can look them up in the link to the Wikipedia or wiki documentation page for the GitHub repository linked in the description below. If you have specific questions about those, feel free to put them in the comments below. Special thanks to the great Mac admin who wrote this software. All right, so that's our Files and Processes command. And of course, it is linked in the description below. But test this out before you put it in production and be very gentle with these configurations. Because if you do it wrong, you could send a command that will start erasing computers in your fleet. All right, let's look at the other components of this. All right, at the package level, we have erase-install version 28. And recently, version 29.1 was released, so I downloaded that, uploaded it to my Jamf Pro server, and we're going to point it here. Go ahead and delete version 28 out, And now I'm just gonna review everything, update the display name with the new version number, recheck my scope. So this is going to the computers in my fleet that are tied to this server. Check my self-service button, and that all looks good. Got an icon of erasing. So things are looking good. Really important here in my general tab for the trigger option, nothing is clicked, right? So if you were to click reoccurring check-in and this would executed at reoccurring check-in, computers in your fleet would start erasing. And that would be a bad thing. So be really, really careful with how you set this up. This is me just pulling the terminal command out so I can put it in the description below. I'm going to save this out. It's updated now. And that's all I got for you guys today. Thanks for watching. Hope this helps you with your Mac administration. We will see you around.